Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talks the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I think true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yeah, salute everybody. What's good? What's good? We got Knicks real talk. Let's get it in the building. Got the dream team in here, man. Divine, Shaw, KJ events. We about to get it popping, talk some of this Knick talk, man. We're gonna get into it tonight. Talk about maybe Randle an 11 pick. We know Jalen Brunson 5 is now. Rick Brunson with the Knicks. We're gonna talk about the draft, man. We're gonna get into it, man. And talk about the young core, man. Hopefully they can have that same type of harmony next year going into next season, like the Rangers, man. Follow that young Ranger team. The way the Knicks, hopefully our young team will do the same thing and get it popping going into 2022-23. But let me bring in my brothers, man, my partner in crime, no other than my man, Shaw Powers. What's up, brother?
Salute, Divine. Salute, KJ. Yo, Divine, one thing I got to say to you, because I haven't said this to you, maybe since the first time you dropped it. Yo, that come on that we got on right now, man, is so hot, man. That your rhythm to the rhyme, man, your beats to the rhythm, man. My goodness, man. Anyway, salute to the chat. Salute KJ, salute Divine. Let's get it.
KJ, what up, brother?
Divine, Shy, I know what it is. Salute to our cousins in the chat. Y'all always with us. We appreciate you supporting from afar, but please like, subscribe to the Knicks Real Talk family. Let's get into it.
Yeah, real talk, man. We got the dream team up in here. My man, Nice, salute, Nice. Long time, long hair from salute my brother, Nice, man. Real talk. I know Nice, man, the old time partner of the show, more coming to represent us, man. I'm glad you're doing well. I see you out there. I mean, I know you're doing good, brother. So I'm glad to see you. Nice. Salute. But yeah, man, you know, it's interesting. All season is here. Salute Cash Out. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody where you out there, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Like I said, I got my brothers, my partners in crime in here with me. We're going to get it popping tonight. We're going to talk about Jalen Brunson, dad, Rick Brunson, now with the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau, with a system with Tom Thibodeau for over the years in Chicago and Minnesota. Former Knicks NBA basketball player. You know, part of the Knicks 1999 championship run with Sprewell and all them guys. So they brought a familiar face back into place, you know, with the New York Knicks, man, Rick Brunson. I know all the spec gonna go around like we got his father. Can we get his son now? So you know all that's about to pop off. Johnny Davis in the building. Johnny Davis, you ain't the Johnny Davis who we looking to draft for. You salute to my man Johnny Davis in the building with us, man. But yeah, man, Rick Brunson in the building. You know, long time Nick, man. Been through some things. Was coaching Canada basketball team for a minute. Now he under the Knicks fold back with Tom Thibodeau coaching with the Knicks. Shaw Powell and KJ. So it's good to see somebody back in like a familiar face. Because now that Kenny Payne and Mike Woodson left, they had to fill a void there. And going to get Rick Brunson, I guess, was good look with Tom Thibodeau familiar with him. Get him and Andy Gear and all them guys. They coached with Tom Thibodeau before. So you know, other than Worldwide West bringing in Kenny Payne and Johnny Bryant, this is one of Tom Thibodeau's hiring, obviously, because he's been coaching with him for a while. So what do you guys think about that move right there? Your mic, brother.
Well, if we can't get the son, at least we got the father. So we may not can afford the son, but looking at maybe $22 to $25 million. But at least we got the father here. So at least we give some of these guys some tutelage. He used to be a ex-Knicks player. See, this is another thing that I talk to the Knicks fans about. The Knicks fans. This is a great signing right here. What makes it great is this is an ex-New York Knicks player that played with us, and now he's coming back home reap the rewards of what the New York Knicks young young crew has to do right now. He's still a young play. I mean, he's still a pretty young guy. He still can get out there and teach some of these guys some of the fundamentals that they're lacking on right now. And I think this is one of the better. We already put back 3 or 4 guys to this team to the front office right now. And this pick right here with Brunson coming back home, I'm really down with it, man. You know, if we could have did anything else like Mark Jackson, anybody that used to play with a Knick, that used to be a point guard, I would love to have him back here to be a coach.
Yeah, facts, KJ. I think that was a good hire myself because not only was he the ex-Knick, but he coached with Tom Thibodeau in Chicago.
Yep.
And he coached with him in Minnesota. So the familiarity with the way Tibbs coaching and all that gives him another eye that trusts what he do and maybe can help him and Giant Bryant to come together and make this offense a little more dynamic maybe and teach these guys some of the things that need to be taught, man. So I'm excited about it as well.
I mean, not only is this a great hire, this is an excellent hire. And here's the reason he's excellent. Not for all the reasons you guys just named, but he's a leader of men. For the past 3 years, he coached high school basketball in New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, DeJuan Wagner, who's DJ Wagner's son, is the top player in the country right now. As point guard, only a junior, about to be a senior. He went 73-4 in New Jersey basketball. So again, you talk about a person from the ground up and what he did with that program in Camden. If you've never been to Camden, New Jersey, I want you all to Google Camden, New Jersey. It's probably one of the roughest places to live in the whole country. But to build that, turn that program around, and to go back from 2001 to 2022 now, and then win different championships, that's a great hire. Again, leader of men, young men, and again, you see he's in tune what's coming up through that pipeline. Again, so I love the hire. Again, for the obvious, maybe he could draw his son, but again, I want to question my Knick Real Talk family and even Divine and Shaw. I mean, how many father and son combinations and coaches is out there in the NBA? We can say Doc Rivers and what's my man who played for us?
Awesome.
Doc's son, yeah.
So how does that really work? You know, so my thing is I just like the hire because of the history he has with Tom Thibodeau and plus the leader of men for those reasons. So I love the hire for him.
Yeah, facts. I don't even think a lot of speculation is going to be that now that we got a father, his son going to come here. That's not the case, and that don't mean that's going to work out that way. You know what I mean? I think it's just a good hire overall as a coach. He's familiar with New York City, played in New York City. You know, that he local area, that he understand the game. Like you said, coming back with the Camden roots, Milt Wagner and all them cats. Man, I remember when I was going to high school, Thompson and them guys, Milt Wagner, I was in school with them cats. You know what I mean?
Right.
Them boys, they was ballers down there in Camden, New Jersey. So, the Camden got a pretty good program down there, and you got to give Rick Brunson credit for helping turn that thing around, like you said, KJ. So that was an excellent point there. But I like Rick Brunson. He was a little scrappy little dude when he played with the Knicks. Him and Spreewell and all them cats, man, they was popping in 1999. So, it's a good hire. Tom Thibodeau, familiarity, like we said. So salute to Rick Brunson, man, coming aboard, and let's hope that he can help shape and mold these guys that we got here, man, and give Tibbs a little bit more coaching. I guess I'll say assistant down there with him to help him guide these guys right. But I'm excited about it, though. I think it's a good hire overall. Like I said, sometimes you don't want to bring somebody who you're not comfortable with because, you got to they got to get used to your system. At least he knows Tibbs' system, so it makes it easier to transition anyway, easier to deal with it. So I don't think Tibbs got to show him too much because Tibbs, he kind of know what Tibbs expects, Sean. I think it's a good thing.
Oh yeah, I think, like I said, this is a great hire right here. This is a great put on. To KJ's point about him being in Camden, he really did some things down there, and let's see what happens when it gets on get with these young guys right here. Get with all these 8 youth guys that we have right now. These young players that we have right now. See if he can put some emphasis on how to make them better at their games, over this longevity of their careers.
Yeah, real talk. And the next thing out there, man, we want to get into is whether he here or not, but his name is all over the summer. That's Julius Randle. I got Julius Randle plus 11th pick. Do you think that's something the Knicks are going to entertain? We keep hearing the speculation about Sacramento. Portland, and I know we kind of beat their horse with this, but it's part of the summer talk. And but Julius Randle an 11th pick. Do you think the Knicks going to try to make a move that way, or are we going to hold on to Julius Randle with that 11th pick and try to package with something to move up to the 4th? Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. That Ivy boy looks special to me, man. Where's Mo and that boy? Woo, man. If they can find a way to get that young man in New York, he got something special brewing down here. When they get that boy here, man. I was watching some of his tapes, man. His combine workout. That boy, the real deal, Shot Powers, and the Knicks can work with Sacramento with that 4th pick, and find a way to maneuver that thing. Whether it's Harrison Barnes and the 4th for Julius Randle, blah blah blah, and 11th if you got to throw in the 42nd, I don't know, but that's special. I think you get that boy here. We solid for a long time.
This guy Ivy, I'm not even sure anymore if he's going to be. He may make the top 3, man. I think he may knock one of these. This Bonchero. All depends on how they pick and how they're going to go for it. I mean, I would love to get him if we would have to put a deal together to move up to the 4th position. I have no qualms about it if it includes Julius. Like I got a trade, but that was with Sacramento. Well, let me just say, if they still keep him and he goes into the top 4, we would give up Cam Reddish, Kemba Walker, our 11th pick this year, and the 23rd pick of the Mavericks next year for the 4th pick and Rashad Holmes. If I'm not mistaken, right? That's second, yeah. So, I mean, if we could put that together and make that happen, but I'm telling you guys, listen to me when I say this, man. I here's my page. I think these guys might look to get this guy, man. Who's picking 3 again? Oh, Houston. I don't know. Houston may be wanting to get this guy, man. I don't know. Houston may. I got him. I got him at first about a week and a half ago. I had him at Ivy going at 5. But I think Ivy moves up to that top 3, man. At least maybe it stays 4. Maybe he will go to Sacramento. That'll make this trade work. But I think he might knock one of these guys out. I don't know.
It's interesting. That I tell you what was interesting down there with that Houston thing, though, because my man out of Auburn, Jabari Smith, and they got Jalen Green down there, who pretty much like a Jaden Ivy, KJ. So. I mean, Shaq could be on point with that as well. But I think that having Jabari Smith coming out of Auburn, right there in Texas, I wouldn't be surprised if they jump at him to fill that power forward spot, especially if they lose Christian Woods.
Facts.
Well, and they got Shergon there, whatever. So it's gonna be interesting. But what you think? What's your take, man? What do you think it'll take with that Julius in the 11th or something else to move up to get that boy? Because if we get Jaden Ivy, it's game over.
And for me, I've been saying Jaden Ivey from the beginning. Mm-hmm. If we can get him, that's a once-in-a-lifetime talent, I believe, in Jaden Ivey. And that's the only way you make a move for Randle. Other than that, if they don't take Jaden Ivey, I'm not trading that pick because I know I want that play, even though some other pieces did. I don't want that play because guess what? I'm gonna tell you. We got IQ, we have McBride at those point guard positions right now. And who's just to say that those guys are going to develop into something good? We're still developing them, and we know what they can give us already. So my thing is we got to be a little careful on that, and I would. But the only way I would trade Randle is for a guy like Ivy. That's who I want. That's the only way. If he's not there, then I'm keeping it, or we're going to see what happens at the 11th pick. But other than that, I think it's 11. I think it's 20 guys right now that can play on this New York Knicks team in this draft out there. So, again, and we know the Knicks are very, very savvy through all the drafts. Regime been here. So, we got to watch that. They could parlay some more things and get rid of a future first round 2027. They might not even give up a 2023 first round because they got so many different assets they got. So, I'm interested to see what the Knicks are going to do as far as the trade and as far as they go to the draft, because we might get more draft picks. Knowing them, they have showed in their past 2-3 years they've been here, they know how to acquire more draft picks and get more assets back. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do.
Yeah. For me, man, if you look at can I tell you, man, it's pretty. If you look at the top 5 real quick, and I'll put them up there, who I think in this mock draft, and we look at what they popping right now. Obviously, Chet Holmgren. I think I think he's gonna go to. I think he's going to Oklahoma City.
I think he's going to Oklahoma City too.
And I think Jabari Smith gonna go to either Orlando or he might go to Houston.
I'm thinking something. I'm thinking it's going to switch up, Divine, because
Okay.
at one time I had Smith with the Magic, and I had Paolo at Houston. Now I don't know. I don't know, especially after all this stuff. This guy Ivy, all this everything they talking about Ivy and how he's making these moves and these strides and shooting. You seen the other day he was out there shooting. You seen our coaches out, Tibbs out there with Leon sitting on the side watching them with their hairs like this, talking to each other. I don't know, man. That might be a move that we might have to make, man. I don't know.
I think they're gonna go after this. I think they're gonna go after him. I think if you look at the rest of Atlanta, they got Orlando, Jabari Smith, Oklahoma, Chad Holmgren, Bonchero with the Houston Rockets, Jada Ivey sitting there at number 4 with Sacramento. I just got a feeling that they're gonna move Sabonis to the 5, Julius Randle to the 4. They're gonna give us that 4th pick for the 11th pick, Harrison Barnes, or whatever else might be involved, and Jada Ivey gonna end up in New York City.
Because does Sacramento really need another point guard? They already got Fox and Davian Mitchell there.
That's what I mean. That's why I think that's why I think they would do that Randle deal. I really believe that Randle deal for the 4th pick could be in play for New York. I think it makes sense for both because they got Davion Mitchell, they got
Fox.
So if they looking to play, they kind of want to get to that win now mode. They go get Julius Randle, put him at the 4, take that 11th pick, give us Harrison Barnes, give us the 4th, or whatever else. If you got to sweeten the pot a little bit, so be it. I guess you never know. But man, if the Knicks get Jaden Ivey without having to give up like Obi and IQ and oh my God, bro, and Cam Reddish in that young core, that'd be pretty interesting, man. The speculation is out there from what we heard out there. You know what I mean? So you never know because Sacramento, the way they going now, and I'm gonna tell you what's the key filler to all this. Keeping Alvin Gentry in the front office, who's a huge Julius Randle fan. Alvin Gentry is a huge Julius Randle fan from the day when Julius Randle came here from the Lakers on the full fourth. So they are now on. Sacramento is not trying to. They trying to win now, bro. They like we got a $158 million deal with Fox out there. We got Sabonis contract out there. We got we trying to win now. So I do think that you got to keep. I'm not saying that it happened, but I think it can happen. But it's going to be interesting. It really is. Like I said, at the combine, they sitting there with the Knicks conglomerate right next to each other. You know what I mean? They will talking. They talking. You never know. And from with all the reports out there with Ian Begley and everybody else, the Knicks are looking to move up there. So you just don't never know because they give Sacramento. Because you think about this here. Let's say if you did get Sacramento, let's say Julius Randle 11th and the 42nd, and you throw in another pick for next year.
Right.
That you can't pass that up. You can't pass up the 11th, the 42nd, and Dallas's pick next year. That will put Sacramento in a great position moving forward. Because now they can take them same pieces and put it together to get somebody else who they might want. So you never know. So let's see how it goes. I'm not saying it will, but you never know. It'll be interesting to see that, man. But if not, guys, do you think with that Julius Randle level, what about the Portland Trailblazers? They also looking and might do something with that 7th pick. Because I like Mathurin. I love him. I like you. Obviously, I love Ivy, but Mathurin and them dudes, they special too. So if we don't get up to the 4th, we wind up being down in the 7th below. You still got some shot power. You got some quality cats down there. You still go wheel and deal with Portland. They want to get in the game. Let me say this first. I wish we could get up to get Ivy because he is one of those players that is going to electrify the Garden. But with that said, if we trying to move on for Julius Randle, and the pick that I would do for Julius Randle would probably be that 7th pick. I would look to move Julius Randle to Portland, bring back Eric Bledsoe, get that 7th pick, and the money matches that way. Somehow they could either buy out
Bledsoe at the drop his contract, or how I heard someone saying the same thing that I was thinking. Get him relinquish his contract so he could go into a buyout market or whatever that is, and do it that way. And this way we get rid of Julius Randle. And everyone says that, oh, we're letting Julius Randle go for so low, a seventh pick. This is a seventh pick in an NBA draft, and we bring it back Eric Bledsoe. Julius Randle, yes, I understand he is. I think he's a very good player. 20, 10, and 5. We talk about this all the time. I think he's a very good player, man. The one thing that I don't want to happen to Julius Randle is us Knicks fans sticking our teeth into him like we did last year and start chewing on him. If we get into 12 games of the year and he's having a bad game, and once the New York Knicks fan, the same people that we are talking to right now, us, me, all of us right here, if you start to hear that Obi Toppin chant, I don't think Julius Randle is going to make it through the whole year with that, man. He's going to start regressing back into the same ways that he started doing that last year, maybe even start turning the ball over a little bit more. It's going to get into his mind. I think that seventh pick is great for us. Plus, if for a little layaway from Ivy, because I think Ivy is great, but my boy, I like Ben Mathurin. I think we could snatch Ben Mathurin at 7, man. If we can't get Ivy, which I think Ivy may be in the top 3 now. I had him at 5. I think he might make it to the top 3. And that event, I think we could look to go get Mathurin, which is another dynamic dog. He plays with his shield on his chest. He's a hard scorer. He can shoot. He can do all of these things. And we still keep the 11th pick if we make that trade, if that can happen. And if we want to sweeten the deal on that, we could give Julius Randle and the Mavericks pick, 2023 pick, and get back Eric Bledsoe and that 7th pick and make a major move there too.
For me, but it's not about, to me, I don't think you're getting only the 7th pick from people or the 4th pick. That's why I like the Sacramento, because here's the most important thing. It's not about only the 4th pick and Harrison Barnes. It's getting rid of the long-term contract.
Right, Julius. Right.
It's not about what you're getting back for him. Yeah, you're going to get your value is getting rid of the contract. That's the value. The value is turning Julius Randle contract into maybe another star player like Julius Randle when you can be able to afford him. So if you get Julius Randle for Harrison Barnes and a 4th pick or whatever, Harrison Barnes' contract comes off the book. You turn Julius Randle's money into another star player. That's the trade. The trade is not that you get less for Julius Randle. What you get for Julius Randle is that freed up money to go get somebody better like Julius Randle. So that's the give and take. You're getting Harrison Barnes, which is a quality vet, 19, 20, about the same money Julius Randle making, maybe a couple of million more less. I mean, a couple of million less, but you're also getting rid of $117 million.
Right.
So you can re-up a person just as good as Julius Randle. That's the deal. I'm not even saying the Knicks going to do that. Only thing we saying is if the Knicks decide to go that because of the Julius Randle speculation, who knows? Julius Randle might win out, guys. You know what I mean? From what we heard last year, after what he went through last year, he might win out. We can't say that the Knicks want to get rid of him. Who's to say Julius Randle don't want to be a part of this no more because of everything he went through? He might want to be out, KJ. It might not necessarily be the Knicks want to get rid of him. Julius Randle might tell the front office, you know what? I don't know if I can go through this again. Can y'all send me somewhere? Can you give me? And it might be on him to want to do that. But if you do, I think the key deal is you can get that 4th or that 7th, and you get an expiring contract to get rid of the contract to be able to go out there and get a Donovan Mitchell 2 years from now, or this player 2 years from now. You can make that money, sign RJ. You can sign this guy. You're trying to get the contract, getting rid of Julius Randle's contract, not about so much how great of the player is, because I think that's the biggest elephant in the room with the $117 million.
Right, and that's true. And again, we know the New York Knicks front office has to do something because as of right now, we have no money at all. We draft a player, we have no money to sign anybody. So again, what are we gonna do? Even if it's not Julius Randle, maybe somebody else. Again, but the Knicks, I'm pretty sure at this point they may have had that conversation with him. Hey, you want to be here or not? If not, we look at the last 15, 20 games at the end of the year. This is where we want to play, Julius. And you play your games. This is the way we want to play. Can you do this? We want to give Obi more playing time. So it's one of them situations that I think they had as a front office or having with him and say, look, if something comes up on trade night, this is what we're going to do. So they're professional. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But I don't know if it's going to be Julius Randle. Again, we shall see on the 23rd. It's interesting. Very interesting. But what I want to see is I believe Julius Randle has ran his course here in New York City. I know as a Knicks fan, I seen enough of him to say, you know what? I just don't think this New York Knicks team is going to go further with him. And that's from my standpoint. I just don't see us getting to that promised land to a championship level team with Julius Randle on this team based on the way that he plays with the other teammates.
Yeah. And listen, I'm on a Julius Randle bandwagon now. Let's not get it twisted. I'm a Julius Randle. I'm a Julius Randle guy. I'm a big Julius Randle guy. This is my concern, like Shaw said. What happens if Julius Randle his season just don't start off the way it's gonna go? Y'all know what it's gonna be out there. You know what it's gonna be. Thumbs down, boo boo, we topping, boo boo. And that's another thing. That's another reason for me is that if we keep Julius Randle, what do we put with Julius Randle? Because if we keep Julius Randle and everybody else we got, if we don't bring in somebody mega, you ask the Knicks to get back into the play-in or the first round, or they only still get past the other guys. Are we going to bring somebody? If we keep Julius Randle, who are we going to bring in with Julius Randle that's going to get the Knicks to another level? Because you think about it, this same Julius Randle team, and it's not only Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Julius, and everybody else didn't even make the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't even make the playoffs with this roster. Granted, we got some injuries, which I think is a part of it, had a lot to do with it. But how far do you think this would take us? And because if we didn't get to the playoff with Julius Randle, it wouldn't make a difference. You don't get to him without him. But at least you get to develop younger people, build their game up for a couple of years, and then you hopefully strike out and make it happen. So I'm good either way. I like Julius Randle. I think but we just got to bring in the right pieces to go with Julius Randle. Then what happens with Obi Toppin? I think Obi Toppin deserves to get more than 20 minutes a game now. How you going to do the Obi Toppin thing if Julius Randle's still eating up 30 minutes a game? And I think Obi Toppin is starting to earn the minutes. So it's going to be interesting. That's why I bring up the Julius Randle thing. And I said Julius Randle an 11th pick tonight, because whether the Knicks want him here or Julius Randle don't want to be here, it is the elephant in the room going into the summer. What are the Knicks going to do with Julius Randle? If Julius Randle come back, I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. I'm good either way. With Julius Randle or without Julius Randle, I'm good with it. But what we going to do bringing Julius Randle back, are we going to bring in another player? Is it going to be I'm Jalen Brunson to go with Julius Randle? You bring Julius Randle back with the same team we got, I don't know how far we go. Shop Howard. That's my only dilemma.
Yeah, well, I'll say this and I'll say it again. I think Julius is a good player, man, and we always tout on his scoring abilities and stuff like that. He's been doing 20, 10, and 5 for the last umpteen years in his career, and I just think it's the fit. The fit is what's going to bother me, and I'll say it once and I say it again. If us as New York Knicks fans dig into Julius Randle again early in the season, it is going to be a rough season for Julius Randle. And what's going to happen if that happens and we get to the trade deadline and he's talking about, I want to be traded? I know if he comes in here and he gets his head around his game and stuff like that, and he can come out there and produce and give us something like the 4th seed season that we had with him and stuff like that, fine and dandy. I'm not down in Julius Randle. I'm a New York Knicks fan, but I know how us New York Knicks fans are, man. I've been down with the New York Knicks for a long, long time, man. And if we get and you can't have a bounce back. You didn't see Melo then bounce back, Patrick Ewing then bounce back. We had some times with Mark Jackson and all these other guys that been on the team that we then really got up under them and really wanted them out of here. The Gary, there's a couple of players that we had that we really didn't approve of, and I just don't want us to go at Julius Randle 20 games into the season and really rip into him hard, man. And on the latter note of that thing, what's going to happen with Obi Toppin if Julius comes back? As a New York fan base, the way everybody is talking about Obi Toppin and stuff like that, how is the New York fan base really going to feel when Obi Toppin is only getting 12 to 14 minutes a game? Something to think about.
With the RJ situation, hey, they might turn on him too, man. It's New York City, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's New York. They might do the same thing to RJ. I mean, like I said, this is the Knicks fan base. You know what I mean? You know, I think just like they do to Julius Randle, they do to him. They do to a lot of people. I don't think none of them exempt. But right now, I think because of the way RJ Barrett's demeanor is. See, RJ wouldn't go through all that, you know, like dissing the media, thumbs down, shut the F up. That's not his character. So he'll have a little bit more. I think they give him more leeway because of the way who he is as a person, the way he conducts himself. And I don't think they bad on Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle come out hot. The Knicks forgave Julius Randle last year to a degree. You know what I mean? They did. They say, okay, whatever. When Julius Randle went through that incident later on in the year when he started popping, they laid off Julius Randle. So I'm not saying that, but if he goes through it, I just know the Knicks fan base. So if they bring Julius Randle back, KJ, I'm good with it, man. Julius Randle's a talented ball player.
Right.
Yeah, we just got to take in consideration. If we bring Julius Randle back, what direction do all you think the Knicks going to do? Do y'all think because we bring Jules back, you got to bring in somebody prominent to play with him. That means you might lose Cam Reddish. That means you might lose this person. That might mean you might lose this person that you like to bring in a dude that, because if you keep him and Fournier in them, what's going to happen with this pick we got, KJ? Because you think about it. You keep Julius Randle, these Ivies, the Ben Mathurin's, and all these guys, if you keep Fournier, you keep Alex Burks, these picks we talking about might not even really do nothing for us.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. And again, Knicks Real Talk family, Devon and Shy. If we look at we got to go with the first 5 games. Our starters were Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, right?
Mitchell
Robinson. Now, we went 5-1 in the first 5 games. You know who we lost to in the beginning? It was the Cleveland Cavaliers. Orlando. I'm sorry, it was Orlando that we lost to. We got blown out. So my thing is, can this team run it back without eyes? We know Kemba Walker's gone. Can it happen? It can happen. Look at the Celtics. Perfect example. They kept them players together. But again, the NBA is changing right now. And I think as a fan base, we don't want to see the same team again to run back to get disappointed at the end of the year. So, again, something has to happen. Again, Julius Randle, we know the front office loves him. Tibbs loves him. He's a client, you know. So, maybe he might not go. But to your point, Devon, can this team still play with him? I don't believe they can. With the way he plays compared to the way they want to play. I just think it's going to be the same thing. And if you go back out there again and he's getting booed and his family's at the game and his game goes off, it's going to be the same thing over again. And then we're going to be up here repeating ourselves over and over again. And then we're going to be upset with the front office. Say, look, we should have traded him when we could have got this person.
And that's what the new narrative is going to be.
So before the narratives even change, if we're saying this, just go ahead and just say, you know what? Go ahead, go with your gut feeling and just clear it out, build up, do what you got to do, and go with the young team. But forever, I agree with somebody had put in the chat earlier with Deuce and IQ, which I said before.
Nice.
I'm okay with building those 2 guys up at the point guard. We have a lot of guards, and yes, we've been so impatient with our guards for years. But it's time for us to give guys a chance, and we have 2 people in IQ and Deuce McBride that could fulfill that need for us at the point guard position. So again, a guy like I really want to see here. If he's here at 11, give me a guy like Johnny Davis.
Yeah, real talk. Because you know what, the thing is that we get into the next segment. That's why I brought the Julius Randle thing up, because not only that, Obi Toppin only make $5 million. People, let's not get it twisted. You know, he don't make $22 million. Obi Toppin is on the books for $5 million. That's why, you know, and that's why it's important to understand why Obi Toppin could be important. Him and IQ, with that connection they got, that's an instant offense connection the Knicks got. You know what I mean? And And I just think that sometimes if you're going to keep Julius Randle, which I'm fine with, you better bring in somebody who's going to go to the playoffs and get them to another level. You're not. I don't see the Knicks bringing $117 million back if we don't bring in a couple of pieces that's going to help get the Knicks over the top or close to the top with Julius Randle. That's the elephant in the room for me. So if you keep him, who you going to lose to go with him and RJ Barrett? And if you bring Mitch back, who's going to be that guy out there in the NBA? It's not going to be nobody in the draft. I'm telling you now. Who's going to be out there? They're going to put with Julius Randle, say, Tom Thibodeau in front of us, say, you know what? I brought you a guy in here with RJ Barrett and you. I need y'all to get us to the second or third round. You understand what I'm saying? Are we that legit? So here, it's either this way. If you go in that direction, then keep Julius Randle. If you're not going that direction and you go in the other direction, then you better get him for that pick. You better get one of them young studs in that draft and move that contract off the books. Give RJ extension. Give maybe Cam Reddish some money. Give some couple of guys some money, or bring in a couple of guys to go with them guys, and let that young guys be just like the New York Rangers. Build that thing up through that organization, that young core like the New York Rangers did. They draft all them young men. Now look at them. You know what I mean? Look at the Memphis Grizzlies. They drafted all them guys. Now look at them. Look at the, you know what I mean? To me, that's what it should be about right now. We've been doing all this buying. Look at, we bought free agents this year. Look what happened. You spent Julius Randle. You spent 18 on Evan Fournier. You spent money on this guy. You spent money on this guy. And it still didn't do nothing. Think about that. Think about it. We spent money, and the money still didn't get us nowhere. While we got guys like Mitchell Robinson we drafted, Quickly we drafted, RJ we drafted. I mean, you know what I mean? It goes on, man. Deuce, I mean, McBride, so we drafted just like they did with the Boston Celtics.
Right.
The two teams in the NBA Finals right now, they drafted all them players they got just about. And maybe one or two free agents here or there. Their core came within their organization. And the Knicks need to follow that blueprint finally for once and for all. We've been doing the same old thing for years. Buying players. And know what? It ain't bringing no results. Build it from organically from the farm system. We drafted Mitchell Robinson. Get that man an extension. Let him stay here. Get RJ Barrett some money. You know, we got Quickly looking like he looked good. Oh, we topping. And then put some pieces around him. So they got to go either way. But I think that's the way they got to do it, man. Just get ahead and get these young boys rolling. Bring a couple of veterans in them. And if we keep Julius Randle, hopefully he can help them do it. But I don't see it, Shop Howard. I just don't see it.
The one way that I do see Julius Randle staying here is if we do move on from Evan Fournier, if we do move on from a Burks, if we do move on from a Noel, if we do move on from Kemba, and maybe D Rose. I don't think D Rose is going nowhere. I think D Rose and Taj is staying here. I don't care who else gets traded. I think those two guys will finish out their contracts here in New York. But if we could move on from those guys and keep Julius Randle, I wouldn't be opposed to that as well. But that is a lot of work that has to be done by this front office. Now I could see a team with Julius Randle and with IQ, with Grimes, or with RJ at the 2, and either IQ, Grimes, and RJ, or IQ, RJ, and Reddish. I can see some of that. I can see that 3 started with Julius Randle and hopefully Mitchell Robinson, or someone that could accompany the team like a Julius Randle. Like a Mitchell Robinson. So. But the other side of that coin is we have to move on from Fournier. We have to move on from Burks. We have to move on from Noel, Kemba, and we got to get rid of those contracts. If we get rid of those contracts, bring some maybe we could with those trades, maybe we can get a D'Angelo Russell, and still keep the 11th pick, or maybe Johnny Davis drops down to the 11th pick and we could bring him in. I don't think he'll be starting, but I think he could probably get some rotational minutes with under Tibbs anyway. You know how Tibbs is with his young guys. Sometimes he sits them on the bench just a little bit until something happens and figures a way to put them in there. But I think Johnny Davis is another guy that's going to be talked about a lot at that 11th pick. But it all depends on how things go in this offseason, man. I wish that the free agent came before the draft, so we know what we can do. I really wish that would happen. I really wish they would change that up where we can have the free agents out and then the draft after. So this way you can lead your team in the right direction or in a more direct direction of what you need and not the best player available at the pick that you're going to take them at.
Let me ask the chat this, and let me ask KJ this. KJ, Fournier gonna make $18 million. Would you rather have Fournier or Jalen Brunson at 20 million or more?
Jalen Brunson.
Facts.
I mean, because Jalen Brunson is a facilitator. Fournier, we seem to do in the defense is like, I've seen a lot from him. I've seen a lot from him, and familiarity. His father's here, so obviously,
I think Jalen Brunson, that's because he can run the team, and we got shooters out there. If we move on from Fournier, we have someone to take his place, and hopefully in Grimes. You know what I mean? I think Grimes can fill somewhat something similar to what Fournier does in the way that he with his catch and shoot from the 3-point line. And if Grimes does anything, getting a dribble, because I've seen him do it a couple of times, make the move to the hole. If he gets a move to the hole and a mid-range game, Fournier is obsolete. Burks is definitely obsolete then.
Hey, Sean Devon, but also Grimes provides that defense.
Yep.
So I wouldn't expect that defense, so and that's the key. So I like that point, Sean. To that point, it gives Grimes more time on that floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think us as Knicks fans want to see more of him in year 2 because he has a chance to be special. I believe Grimes very special.
Yeah, real talk, and that's the reason why if you're gonna keep Julius Randle, you got to bring in somebody like a Brunson or somebody on that tier. You know what I mean? I think that I don't have a problem with Julius Randle with Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? I don't. And with him and R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and whoever. But I think if you can get the even if you move on from Fournier, and let's just hypothetically say you're going with Jalen Brunson, R.J., Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. That's a nice team. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? But I do think that if you're going to keep Julius Randle, you got like Shaw said, you got to move on for Fournier and them to free up that money.
Yep.
I just think that Jalen Brunson will fit better with them. And I Grimes and my man them, then my boy, we got them in the backcourt. If you got Grimes, McBride, Cam Reddish, Jericho Sims, and whoever else in that mix, and maybe sprinkle another veteran, you might have to keep one or two here or there. I think the Knicks could be in a good spot, man, if you keep Julius Randle from that standpoint. But if you don't bring nobody on the free agent market that compete like Julius Randle on his level, I think that to me that you should go the other way and move. So that's why I brought up that Julius Randle plus 11 because I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see where the Knicks organization go, whether they're going to keep Julius Randle in a fold. Do Julius Randle want to be in a fold? And if he do want to be here, what are the Knicks going to do and what direction they're going to go? If they're going to bring in somebody to go with them, or they're going to just try to roll what they got and go into the draft. But in order for this draft pick to work on this team, you got to move some of these veterans. Right. That ain't enough spots there, man. We already got 8 young cats there already. So, if you keep Fournier, Burks, Derrick Rose, these guys, who gonna take their spot? Now a lot of these cats might go back to being situational. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that pick, man. And that's why Julius Randle name comes up for me, because unless you're gonna move Derrick Rose, which I highly doubt Ted to do that. Maybe Alex Burks, maybe Noel, obviously Kemba Walker, but other than that, that roster filled, man. That roster filled up as it is right now. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. And I'm on you with that smart man. I mean, nice. That I always thought that boy was the Marcus Smart to me, man. That McBride could be special. So it's gonna be definitely see what they say like that, man. Real talk. But other than that, man, I'm excited with the direction we're going. But I like that young core, because like I said, I really believe, man, after watching them young guys, and I know it's hockey guys, but where they read the regular shape and mold them cats in Madison Square Garden in 2 years, we got an opportunity to do that. Same blueprint. We got a nice bunch of young talent that can play ball. Give them a chance to shine and see if they can pull off what these cats are doing. I know it's pull off what Memphis is doing, pull off what a lot of these young teams are doing, man. We gotta have to see how this go, man. I think it is what it is.
Hey, Devon, let me ask you guys a question, and Sean. What would make you very happy this year in this draft if it was to happen? So from everything, from this trade to keeping a certain player, what would make you confident and say, you know what, I'm happy to be this New York Knicks fan going into 2022, 2023 year?
If it's from the draft, if we just hit on that 11th pick and that second round, I seen a couple of guys in that second round look good at the 42. I seen some young cats look good down at that end, but I'm with Nice, man. The Ivy, bro. I'm with him on that. If Knicks can find a way to get Jaden Ivy here, we set for a while. We got a young nucleus, got talent. He Ja Morant talent.
So from that right there, right, Sha, I'm gonna let you go too as well. And I know you go to Ivy. I said the same thing with Ivy. So if we get Ivy, and let's say we go in a year with Ivy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't make the playoffs, right? Whatever the case may be. Are you a happy Knicks fan? Is this going to be one of the happiest times as a Knicks fan in years? Like, you're not, like for me, I'm not going to feel so bad. Say we go in next year and we get a guy like Ivy, I'm not going to feel so bad because now we know we finally have someone of a talent that's going to change the franchise around if we was to get him. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that's a true point guard right there. That's why I like him. And just watching him and I don't know where they were shooting around at and stuff like this. This guy can play some ball. He's young, he's hungry, he can shoot the ball, he can shoot a mid-range, he'll throw it on you, and all you gotta see is if he's passing. But my big thing for this year, what would make me happy, and I know this, I keep saying this, and I know it may be a long shot, but if if we can move that 7th pick for Julius Randle and Eric Bledsoe and get that 7th pick, and hopefully by that 7th pick we could pick my man Big Ben, and hopefully we can hold on to the 11th pick and pick up Shohan to back up Obi. I think that'll make me happy because now we got 10 young guys at our nucleus that can be rotated in at all times. We have shooting, we have defense, we have big men, we have everything. And our 5 men would be left over would be only thing that would would be Deuce would be on that 3rd unit. But we keep Taj and we keep Taj and we keep D Rose. I mean, that would be like 13. I don't know the other 2 guys that we have, but and we might even could still keep our 42nd pick. So that might be the 14th guy. We pick up somebody, somebody to fill in that 15th spot. But that right there with that young nucleus of Ben Mathurin, it would probably be Ivy. I mean, it'd be IQ, Grimes. I believe IQ, Grimes, RJ, Obi, and Mitch. And the second unit would be Deuce, Mathurin, Shohan, Sims, and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. I can't think of the fifth person on the second unit would be. I can't think of them off the top.
Jericho?
No, I said Jericho. Somebody, maybe our 42nd pick. I got it in one of my papers over there. I don't feel like looking for, but I think
you got Cam Reddish.
Yeah, Cam Reddish. There you go, Cam Reddish. I think Cam Reddish is on the second unit. Yeah, so I think that would be with Deuce, Mathurin, Reddish, Soham, and Sims. That's the team for the second unit right there. I think those 2 units right there could electrify the league this year. And if we take away all the other veterans and lose off from Randle, even if we don't make the play in, what I mean, I would be happy. I'd be more optimistic with this younger crew getting to know each other better for the years to come.
What about, let me ask y'all guys a question. Between AJ Griffin, Ben Mathurin, Shannon Sharp, AJ Griffin, Ben Mathurin, Shannon Sharp, and Dyson Daniels.
Hey, so I'm gonna start with that one. I'm fine with any of the players, right?
Any of them.
And the reason I say this because the Knicks front office showed me that they could draft anywhere with any player. But for just to give you a player, I guess I'm going with Mathurin.
Mathurin.
I'm going with Mathurin. I mean, everybody talking about him. I haven't brung him up, but that'll be the second one. Mathurin.
I'm right there. I'm right there with. Out of those four that you said, two of them I really, really like. I'm on it with Ben Mathurin. I've been on it from Ben Mathurin from about 2 months ago, man. I like the way I see him play. I start watching one or two. He is exciting. He can shoot the ball. He could take a game over. I like him. And Dyson, I like Dyson too for different reasons because I think Dyson would fit great with Tom Thibodeau's defensive scheme. He's a big guy that can see over guys. He could push the ball. He's very defensive. He know how to play the passing lanes and stuff like that. He grabs rebounds. His only downfall is he's not a great shooter, which can be changed. Only thing you have to do is get into the gym and get with some of these NBA coaches to sure up your game, just like RJ did in his second year. He came first year, he wasn't that great. He started getting better his second year. His third year, he was, he elevated his shooting game. Went down last year, but he went from 23% to I think last year he was 34% or something like that. So that's an elevation. If we can get this guy to shoot the ball a little better, I think he could be a great player, and I think he would be real good playing with the New York Knicks. Dyson, I like him as well.
If the Knicks don't do anything, I'm happy with Ben Mathurin for sure. You got it with him. I'm good with him. Shannon Sharp is interesting. Cat he athletic and jump out the gym. Kentucky didn't really get to play this year, so I mean the jury's still out on what he could do. Obviously, but the man got talent though. I tell you, somebody who's surging up the board to me is that Dyson Daniels.
Yeah,
he's another cat that his stock is starting to rise pretty good, and so I mean, but with the situation in KJ with all the guards we got, that was crazy because we got Quickly, Grimes, McBride,
Derrick Rose.
And again, these some of the guards that we got, they're not that they decent. We love McBride. We seen Quickly 2 years already. But he seems to be picking up again. So it's one of them things. And again, I want to ask you guys a question. Where did we draft last year? What was our draft pick last year? Before we did our trades, what number did we have last year? Do you guys remember?
8. I mean, no, last year.
We went down to the 25th. I think we was around.
We had 19, right?
Yeah, we were higher than that. We were like 17 to 19 or something like that. We dropped it down. And then we dropped it down again. Yeah.
So we only had one draft pick last year, right? I mean, I know we had more, but I'm saying before we did
first round. In the first round, we had one.
We had one, and how many second round we had?
Two.
So again, my point is I'm confident in the New York Knicks front office that something big may happen with this draft right here because of all the players, the assets that we got, they let go away. I believe something big can happen, and I'm comfortable with them drafting anyone because I know they're going to will and deal in this draft. Who's to say, you know what? We might just trade away all these people and get 2 first-round picks for 2 people that they may like to build that future. To the point is, Devon and Shai, is we all saying we love all these guys. We love a Cam Reddish. We love R.J. Barrett. We got to keep Mitch. We love Obi Toppin, IQ, Deuce McBride, Grimes. We know that we're loving these players, but again, fellas and ladies in the chat, we may lose one of them players too also. So we know we can't keep everybody. It's like going to the store. No, I want to buy this. You can't go get everything. You get everything. It's like, I'm broke at the end of the day. I can't get everything. So my thing is, what's the smart play here for the New York Knicks? And I think that has to be the conversation. Right now, we have no money. Our biggest asset right now is Julius Randle. Averages a double-double. Was he playing? I forgot what he was last year. All-star. He did all the things he had to do. So we got all those accolades. So again, it's them questions. What do we have here? But so I just think that Will and Dillon's going to happen, and a lot of decisions are going to be made soon.
I think so too. I agree. I think we're going to have to do some type of maneuvering, some shuffling the board a little bit. Salute DQ, man. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all on fire. Real talk, nice. Keith Turner, Jarvis, my man. Jarvis, salute my brother. Y'all sign and smile. Thanks for coming in. Cash out my brother Johnny Davis. Everybody, man. Will, salute to the chat. You know what's interesting to me? I tell you a guy that everybody gonna be sleeping on. I'm not saying he's a sleeper, but they better not sleep on him. It's OG.
Oh, he is too.
OG from Kansas.
Abi Yanabi, right? Yeah.
Ajabi, a 4-year player. Mm-hmm. Can get it. I think he's another guy you're gonna have to watch. I think he's gonna be interested to see too, man. So it's some good ball players out there, man. And I'm hoping that the Knicks, if we keep the 11th, if we draft 11th, we don't get the 4th or the 7th. I'm good either way. I just want I'm like with nice, man. We just want to get a good player to fit this core, to that last missing piece, to bring somebody in here that's gonna make this thing move. I like Maturin and I like Shohan. You know I like Shohan. That's what's interesting right there. So we're gonna have to see what the Knicks front office is gonna do. Before the season get in, whether you're gonna wheel and deal or something gonna happen on trade night. On draft night, gonna be interesting, man. And I think something's gonna happen. I don't think that we're gonna stay constructed the way we are right now, where we presently constructed everybody, and don't make a move to get ourselves better. And if we get Jalen Brunson, that means Julius Randle's not leaving. I'm gonna put that out there.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, Sean Devon, if we get Jalen Brunson, guess who else we gonna get? We're gonna bring back Tim Hardaway Jr. too, because his father here too. 4/3 now. Don't forget the Knicks did hire Tim Hardaway Jr. as well, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jarvis,
you right, Jarvis. I like Easton too. You right.
Yeah, man. That is we bring it back. Hey, but that's good to see the front office trying to build some continuity with them. But that was
I don't know if I can do another Tim Hardaway Jr. again, man. I don't know, man. I just that's it. No, it is, man. I don't know.
Hey, my man was saying, what's the owner? Mark Hughes said he thought if Tim Hardaway wouldn't have been injured, Mavs would have went further. He thought that was
too.
He said that was a real big loss for them with Tim Hardaway because he had a good year for Dallas the last couple of years.
He sure did.
Again, yeah.
I know he don't count.
But you know what? It's interesting to see what the Knicks gonna do. Like I said, I think Julius Randle is the big elephant. No matter what, if you keep Julius Randle, I think you go after the Brunson type of guys. If you move Julius Randle, you go get these young core brothers in the draft, try to flip up and get higher. But if we stay where we at, that 11th pick gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we get some good players out there. Like I said, I think no matter what, the Knicks will wind up with somebody good. But I do think we got to do some shuffling of the board to get some of the guys. Like I said, to me, Alex Burks, I like Alex Burks. If you keep Julius Randle, you might have to keep Alex Burks. You know what I mean? That's the dilemma right there, fellas. If you keep Julius Randle, then I will keep Alex Burks. Because now it looks like you're trying to go for a playoff type thing, not start him at the point guard, though, but have him on the team. $10 million expiring at the trading deadline, you can move him. So if you're going to keep Julius Randle, I think you need to I think he's going to be one of the best ones out there, Jarvis. I think Keegan Murray, boy, going to be the real deal. Yeah, I heard me say that on Knicks Real Talk. I think that man right there going to be special. So he's going to be another guy that they look like they got him projected going forward to Detroit.
I got him going up there too. I got him in the 4th position. That's how Ivy got to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So between Ivy, Sharp going down, AJ Griffin, I think it's interesting to me, man. By where the Knicks need, we got a lot of guards. We probably need to go wing it, but I also do believe this draft going to be determined on what the Knicks do with some of these cats we got here. You know what I mean? What we going to do with some of these guys we got here? Julius Randle stays, Alex Burks stays. Julius Randle goes, Alex Burks goes, Fournier goes, Noel goes. You bringing them young core, you add some other pieces.
Right.
Hey, signing. I like Shohan, man. I just don't know where you could play him. I love Shohan. That's who I want there, but you got to get him though. Because now, if you go young and you draft Shohan behind Obi Toppin, we good. I'm good. I'm very interested to see So it's going to be interesting, guys. I think we got a lot of good things going on. Like I said, I like that Ranger blueprint. Salute to the New York Rangers, man. I mean, I know y'all might not be hockey fans, but I'm a New York hockey fan, been a Ranger fan for a long time. That young team down there is gritty. I mean, hey, somebody got the Garden popping, so let's get them young guys that we got in the Knicks uniform to have that same year next year. We need the Knicks to do what the Rangers doing next year. That's why I want to go in all in. Them young boys is playing with that hockey stick, man, for real.
I'm here to tell you, if the Rangers make the NHL Finals, I'm going to a game. I'm getting there.
Facts.
Gotta go.
I think they can, man. I think they can. Especially they beat St. Louis. I mean, they beat Tampa Bay the next home game. You never know. They beat them all games this year.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, they beat them all this year. They played them pretty good. The Tampa Bay Lightning was defending champs a couple of years ago. So it's good, though, man. It's good to see a New York team playing good sports, man. The Knicks, the Mets, and the Yankees playing good. I just want to see Yeah, you're right, Mayfor. And that's the thing. Somebody got the Garden popping. But like I said, my Mets is playing good ball. Yankees playing good ball, but my Mets is killing it, and we don't even have Scherzer and DeGrom yet. Wait till they get back. It's gonna be part. I think it's gonna be a good year for New York sports. I think it's gonna be a real good year for New York sports overall. I think the Knicks will bounce back. Brooklyn, whatever Brooklyn do, long they don't overcome the Knicks. I ain't trying to hear all that. But I think New York sports is going to be having a good year this year, man. I think our Giants going to shock a lot of people, KJ.
I hope so.
I think the Jets going to improve. I think the Giants going to shock a lot of people, though. I think they're going to shock a lot of people.
I'm right there with you, man. We got to make it in New York. So we need all New York teams back in the playoffs. Everybody. Certain teams in New York, I need back in there.
Hey, chat. Who y'all think going to win the NBA Finals? I think Golden State in 6. Yeah, facts. Yeah, Jets and Giants gonna get it popping. I think Golden State in 6.
I got Golden State in a sweep. I don't think Boston beats him at all.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I got Boston. Boston winning in 7. Just because they're an East Coast team, I'm just sticking with them because they're an East Coast team. I can't stand Boston. Every time I say Boston, I feel like I got throw up in my mouth. But I think that West Coast team. I got hopes for Boston to win. Just to keep it on the East Coast because we had a strong outcome in the East this year, and I think we should go over there and dominate them. Let's see what happens. Salute worldwide. Well.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm from the Walt Clyde Frazier Patrick Ewing School, man. They cannot stand that green. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go. I think you know what it is. I just think that offense, the way they run, and think about it. These are the number 1, number 2 defense teams in the NBA this year. And what I think might be the X factor if Gary Payton Jr. come back. You know what I mean? That 3-headed monster with Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Then you add Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, the way he playing. Them guys got a pretty good team down there. So it's gonna be interesting though. But I'll go 4-2.
Hey, Devon Shah, Golden State has a player over there that was a New Jersey State Player of the Year a couple years ago, and Jonathan Kuminga. And let me tell you something. A couple years from now, that man gonna be an all-star. And I'm looking at me seeing him playing high school to what he did this year, and for Golden State for a little bit to what the Golden State Warriors got. I just think the Golden State Warriors have too much. They got too much firepower, and they got guys that have been there for a long, long time. Can it happen? Yeah, but I just feel like Golden State is too strong. So I got them a 4-0 sweep.
Hey, here's another thing. Marcus Smart, the one that put Steph Curry out this year too. That's payback. When Steph Curry went out with that injury, Marcus Smart dove on the floor and hurt his leg. He was out for that. So Steph Curry, and not only that, I think these guys are going to win this thing without Kevin Durant. I think the Golden State Warriors probably want to win this thing without and say, listen, without Kevin Durant, we still that good. You know what I mean? And it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a good series. I really think it's going to be one of the better NBA series that's going to be popping in about another 20-something minutes, man. And that's why we came out early. But, I think it's going to be a fun series. I think it's Boston got it, but here's an interesting thing. If Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, them guys when they got hurt, Boston would have been there. Think about it. They got there by a missed shot by Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? But look who you got to get Boston credit. Look who they beat to get there. They swept KD. They beat Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They beat Giannis and they beat Jimmy Butler. So you got to get they battle tested now. Boston battle tested. I think this is a different monster right here. They run up again with this offense. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they go down, man. That's gonna be a nice for Horford and Green. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Nice. Draymond can D up the best of them though. That brother, man. Him and Marcus Smart probably the best two defenders. I think the sleeper is Andrew Wiggins though. So it's gonna be nice. Boston taking it all the way. Whoa.
I think Boston. I think Boston gonna take it. I just want them to take it. They're the East Coast. That's the real reason why I say it. They're the East Coast, but I'm not a fan of Boston too much. But you know what I mean, for the East Coast, and I think they got a good team, man. Like you said, they battle tested, man. They beat the defending champions. I mean, less of what are their premier players on the team, but they beat Giannis and them, and then they went through Miami, you know what I mean, a hard fought game with Miami, you know, so I think they could go over there, and I think they match it pretty well. Them two boys that they got over there are young and they battle tested, man, and we'll see what happens.
I tell you what's interesting to me though, I think here's where I only want to say this because of Golden State. I don't think Miami nothing compared to Golden State Warriors. I don't think that Miami Heat is nothing like the Golden State Warriors. That's why I'm giving it to Golden State, because I don't think Miami offense can even match what them dudes can do. You got probably two of the best two shooters in the game, probably one of the better defenders in the game, one of the better coaches in the game, and they got way more talent than Miami. Way more talent than Miami. That's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a good game, boy. It's gonna be a good series. I don't know if Boston. I don't know if Miami team is comparable to the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not even a Golden State fan, but man, can you imagine them boys still have Andrew Wiseman out there? I think Kevin Looney, the way he rebounded, and to Kuminga, and even Moody playing good basketball for them. That was one of my guys in the draft too. And I wanted the Knicks to get Moody last year. But so it's gonna be a fun series, man. But let me ask y'all guys a question. If everybody in the chat, I'm gonna go to Shot Power first. Where's the Knicks picking in the draft on draft night? Where's the Knicks picking at?
They picking at 7, Ben Mathurin, and they picking 11, Shohan, and the 42nd pick. Well, they'll put the 42nd pick with 2 second-round picks to move up into the draft and pick somebody around 22 or somewhere around 22 is Matt. Oh my gosh, 22 pick is the same team that Jones is from, Tyus Jones. Memphis 22 pick. Move it up to the 22 pick for Memphis pick on the 22 pick.
Nice selling that Ivy at 4. That's KJ boy. KJ, what you
think? I like it too, but again, it's one of them things we talk about these players that we never get. I think Obi Toppin was the person that we all said we was happy to have him, but we never get him. So I gotta put my my New York Knicks GM hat on. I believe they're gonna will and deal, and we're gonna get 2 first-round picks. Maybe
that's
not
at
11. We might get like a 15 and an 18.
Oh, I got
some players, and that's I can't tell you who, but again, I think it's more players out there that we're not seeing, and that they know that they can get. That's probably gonna be there. So they might say, you know what? Let's go get more assets, get rid of some of these players, and get more assets that we need here to get 2 people in this NBA draft.
Oh, hold on, I got another one where. Who was it? The 13th and the 15th pick. We give up Julius Randle and the 11th pick. Hold on, I can't remember.
I'm with Cash Out on that one though.
What? Oh my gosh, I don't got it.
I would be happy with that right there. If we can't get enough, we can't get Ivy, Mathurin, and Short. Oh my god.
Right. or Davis or again, it's 20 guys in here that we named about 20 guys so far in here. So if it's we might not get the shiny toy in Ivy, but you may have a guy in need like a Mathen or a Shohan or a Johnny Davis or a Dyson. Then you got players that's there. So it's like, you know what? If I can get 2 for the price of 1, why not?
Yeah, it's gonna be so intriguing the next month, man. It really is, man. It's gonna be because before you know it, you're going into free agency. I think right about maybe another week from now, 2 weeks, then it's really gonna start kicking in. You're gonna see all the activity. A lot of noise gonna be out there, pertaining to what we're gonna do with the veterans we have on our team. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how the Knicks make their maneuvers and everything like that, man. So y'all stay tuned in. And Knicks Real Talk, we're gonna be on the forefront of it, man. Bringing y'all whatever we can bring y'all the content, the dialogue, and keep our ears to the ground, our eyes open. But it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be interesting. No matter what the Knicks do, I just want us to keep building in the right direction, keep adding this thing to this thing, man, and put another player there and keep growing, man. And hopefully we rebound for last year. I think we won from the injury this year. We would have been in the playoffs. I just think Derrick Rose and Noel set us back this year, so it is what it is. And Kemba Walker set us back this year. That was the big 3 losses that we had, and it didn't pan out because of injuries, and Kemba Walker just didn't pan out. But now that we've seen the young talent that we got, I like what I seen when Randle was out for the end of the season. I like what Obi Toppin them guys was doing, man. Up and down the floor, fast pace. And and that was Shaw's pet peeve all year, pace. But him and IQ and them cats was running that thing, man. I was like, man, look at them getting up and down. 42-point triple-double. IQ had 2 triple-doubles. I mean, man, I was like, so I think we good no matter what, man. I think we got good infrastructure here, and I think this team's going to be on the come up. Don't count the Knicks out this year, God. I think the Knicks going to be surprised a lot of people next year. I think these guys got another year under their belt. And I think they're just going to come out of summer league, get it popping. Like May 4th, the summer league going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, forget about it.
Ridiculous. You think about it. Grimes come back to summer league. Sims might come back to summer league. Deuce might come back to summer league. Who we get in the draft going to be in summer league. You might, oh my goodness, this will be fun, man. Maybe see what Farry and Hunt going to do. I don't know what Roka's coming over here or not, but we'll see. I think he's staying, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be fun, though.
Hey, Devon, I like Johnny Davis' point about a strong bench, and let's think about it. If we keep a McBride and Grimes, I think out of that crew, I think Grimes may, if we lose Evan Fournier, I think Grimes has a chance to start. Well, let's say he doesn't, and we have a Deuce McBride, a Grimes, a Sims on our bench. That's 3 players that got drafted last year that's on our bench right now. All we got to do is fill the holes with 2 more players, like maybe a Noel still there and a Karen Reddish. To me, that's a great bench for a second unit. That's quick, if depending on whoever we draft, and who we get. So I agree with Johnny Davis about the bench part. We gotta make sure we have a strong bench too.
Yeah, Jarvis and D Cool. I agree with y'all on that that Ochi, man. That boy gonna be a sleeper. Ochi and Keegan Murray is gonna be what's up.
Keegan is another good one. I can't find the trade that I had, man. So, but it was the 13th and the 15th pick plus Gordon Hayward for, I think it was for Julius Randle in the 11th. I think that was the pick.
That's not a bad move. That's not a bad move.
I think that was the pick. We moved Julius Randle and the 11th pick for Haywood and their 13th and the 15th pick.
That's not a bad move because Haywood, the contract will be over soon, right?
I think he has one this year, and I think he has two more years left. I think he has this year coming up, and I think the next year is what they call it, the like what Burks got, like
player option with them.
Player option, yeah.
Stay on the floor. That's the problem. But other than that, he more athletic than Evan Fournier.
Sure is. I keep telling everybody that. No one wants to listen to me. I would have took going to Hayward over Fournier in a heartbeat, and I like Fournier.
Hey Jarvis, you can be greedy, brother, because if we can get that, it's over. I think if you get Ben Mathurin or Key, I don't believe, honest with you, if we wind up with Ben Mathurin, one of them guards we got ain't gonna be here.
Yeah, they somebody gone.
You got to go. But And hey, Jarvis, that Keegan Murray gonna be a special player. I think him and Ben Mathurin and guys like that gonna be Johnny. What's my man name? Griffin gonna be special. So it's a good draft, man. It's not a lot of it's not no superstar, but it's a good solid bunch of solid players all up and down the board.
Hey, y'all want the Gordon Hayward contract right now?
You got it.
Yeah, next year he's over $30 million. 2024, 2031, over 31 million, 31.5
for 2 years, right?
for 2 years. So about 60 million.
Okay.
Yeah, 23-24 is the year we looking to do some things too, because everybody be ready, and we be coming off that contract for him. You know what I mean?
I would do that deal too, though. 60 million for 2 years. Get rid of Julius' contract, plus get the number 11 and 13.
Yeah, the 13th and 15th.
13 and 15.
Hey, John, as far as I know, hey, JD, as far as I know, the Knicks contender was out there this summer working with Mitchell Robinson.
I heard the same thing.
They're working with him.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, and I'm kind of optimistic about that, to be honest with you. I think Mitchell might be back in New York. Despite what you might hear out there, the Knicks center contingent out there working with him all summer. I seen them post some things talking about coming back.
New York or nowhere.
New York or nowhere, this and that. The rest of it, man, he's a big. I think Tibbs like him. Tibbs see what that boy can do on the defense, and they was like they're not even worried about a jump shot. They said so. Now I don't think they should be worried about a jump shot. If we get 10 dunks, that's 20 points. I couldn't care less. You got to stop it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah, I hope he come back, JD. I think John. I think I'm a Mitchell. I'm a Mitch Homer brother. So I hope he here for sure. Yeah, you're right. That's the only part about that is he hurt a lot. If Gordon Hayward can stay on the court, it's a different story. But I still like the trade though. But
I was looking at it too. Gordon Hayward is a little up there in age too. I think he's like 31, 32. He a little old. So I didn't even know he's that old. I mean, I kind of thought he was kind of old like that, but he can't stay on the court that long either. But if you could get Gordon Hayward here, they 68 games plus the playoffs. I'm not mad.
I think he'd be better with you move RJ to the 2 and you put him at the 3.
Yeah.
You're not putting 30 million on the bench. I just know that.
I
put 18 million on the bench. I know you ain't putting 30 on there.
I know that he'll teach them how to shoot that mid-range game. Obi and RJ. He's a mid-range killer, man, and he can shoot the 3 a little bit too, and he's okay on defense. I mean, I've always liked seeing him play, but the thing with him, he doesn't stay healthy. At least the latter part of his career, not the early part, the latter part.
Yeah. I'm rolling with Cash Out and them on that Mathurin thing though. God, that's one that I think can happen. Like I said, I think Brock Aller got skills up the sleeve to do stuff like this. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not concerned about with Brock Aller up in that front office with him and Perry. They can make it happen, man. They can make it happen for sure. So great show, everybody. Real talk, man. Y'all cats got to pop it. My man, be civilized. The chat, y'all hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, televise, man. All that good stuff, man. Don't hide, subscribe. Y'all know that Knicks Real Talk. We in the building, man. We gonna get into that Golden State game in a minute. It's been fun, man. You cats is the best up in here, man. Real talk. I got my AR lights on the panel right here. Can't say no more. Great show, everybody. We gonna get ready to get popping, man. Get ready for the game. Everybody can go do their thing, get their popcorn. It ain't the Knicks, but it's NBA basketball. So we gonna get into that, man. Enjoy all that good stuff. We hold on for another 5 minutes, man, and then we get ready to get out of here and get it popping, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to the all season all the way around. A couple of weeks of draft, 3 weeks of draft, be ready to pop off. See what the Knicks gonna do, man. They got good opportunities out there. I'm good no matter what. If they even get the 11th pick, I'm happy. I think they get somebody good at the 11th. If they get that 7th and 11th, though,
7-11.
Rolling dice, nice. 7 and 11, baby.
7-11.
7-11. Let's get it. I think, man. But that's what I'm saying. If we do that, some of these veterans got to roll out, though. We ain't drafting a high, we sitting jokers on the bench.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So that's going to be the elephant in the room. If we get these young draft picks up in that high echelon in the draft, some of these veterans got to get up out of here.
All of them are going.
Yeah,
if we get, hypothetically, if we get Ivy, we definitely got to get rid of Burks, Fournier, We gotta get rid of Burks, Fournier, Kimba. You know what I mean? But if we get the 7th and 11th, we get Big Ben and we get Shoham. We don't need no Noel no more. We don't need no Burks no more. We don't need no Evan Fournier no more. Kimba can go. We might even move on from Taj or D Rose. One of them gonna stay. Tibbs ain't giving up both of them. He might give up one, but I think he ain't giving up both. So, and I think they got another open. Don't they have the Knicks still have an open roster spot on the coaching bench?
Yeah.
They make it convert Taj and put him on the beach and keep D Rose. You know what I mean? They may do that if they get Ben and Mathurin. I mean Big Ben and Soham. He might be a bench coach.
I definitely think Noel is going. I think that's
He's so hard to get moved though, man. That's the bad thing about Noel, man. He's been hurt this year. His contract may be harder to move than Kimball Walker's.
You think so?
I think his contract is going to be a hard contract, man. You know what I mean? Unless you get him at the trade deadline, I think Noel's contract is going to be hard to move. I think it'll be easy to move Kimba's contract. I think Burke's contract is easy to move. I don't think it's no problem moving Burke's contract, and somebody will pick Burke's up. And I think if you put the right picks with Fournier, if you put 2 second-round picks with Fournier, I think you get Fournier going too. I mean, you got to add some picks with Fournier, but if you add two second-round picks with Fournier or that Mavs first-round pick, which is probably going to be almost nothing, I wouldn't mind seeing. I think that could move Fournier too. But Noel, I don't know. Unless he's a salary filler, I don't know. He's a hard contract to move, man. I think.
I'll tell you the only reason he got in his benefit is the year he had before he got injured.
Yeah.
That might play in the favor because he had an awesome year last year. But this year he just, so I think maybe from a skill standpoint, they say, well, if he could replicate kind of what he did, if he's healthy.
Because he's not a hurt. He's not like this year. You haven't seen him like this year. I think ever in his career, he does have some nicks and knacks. You could probably get him for about 60-something games, 70 games. I'm not exactly sure. I never really looked up how long he's been on the court. But this was a bad year for him, man. And like even in the year when Mitch went down, I think he played about almost 70 games. I mean, plus he played in the playoffs. So I mean, he wasn't. I mean, he didn't. Did he play in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So I think he played like 60-something games plus the playoffs. That's not bad. And he's been like that. He'll get a little twist here, a little my hands hurt a little bit because they too little to catch the ball, or I broke a piece of glass on my fingertip or something like that. But aside
buck 50 soaking wet.
It's buck 50 soaking wet, Divine. So
I think come back though. I think Todd might get a mid-level or one of them level exceptions because he got a 5 million non-guaranteed. I think he's staying in New York though. I like Todd. Todd is he's a good mentor on that team, man.
Right.
I think you need that. You definitely need him. It's gonna be interesting. What y'all think about your boy Carmelo Anthony? He might be back in the fold. He might be in the fold. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a really, really interesting off season for the Knicks. Y'all might have Melo Me 7-0 back up in this joint, backing up Obi Toppin if they move Julius Randle.
Hoodie Melo's back.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Right. Teach these young boys how to teach Obi Toppin how to use that footwork.
No.
Nice, ain't happening.
Hey, I'm still banking on Russell Westbrook.
The Lakers are signing them back.
Yeah,
Lakers are
I'm
keeping
just
them.
saying if all else fails, but look, if all else fails. But I think right now what we see is going on. I will beat it. What's happening right now? We're starting to see a lot of these draft picks. Their stock is starting to rise. We're getting a little bit more happy. We're starting to see different things. So of course, it might be willing deals out there, and the whole money situation for us. That's the key for us. See what's going to happen. But hey, maybe Russell Westbrook. He might happen.
If you do that and you get Randle, Albertson contracts off the books for 1 year, and you saving $100 and something million, bring him on. Bring him on.
Send that gumbo, Jarvis.
Right. Yeah, real talk, man. But listen, man, y'all get ready to go enjoy the game. Next real talk, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We see you guys not this Sunday, next Sunday. I'm going on vacation, so we're gonna be out of the building for a week. But we're gonna be back in stronger than ever, better than ever. And we just get it popping again, man. Y'all enjoy the playoffs. I'll see y'all next Sunday, man. I'm going down to the beach with the wife and we just gonna chill. So y'all guys know what it is, man. Y'all brothers at the best of chat. Y'all know what y'all do, man. Y'all cats on fire all the time. You know, we got the most powerful chat in the business, man. Enough love to everybody. Child Power, talk to me, my brother, man. What's up?
And just in case, FYI, just in case, Divine gonna be on vacation, but if something dropped down that gotta be broadcast or something like that, I'm surely gonna be on my phone, be like, yo, Divine, let me get on, Divine, shoot me the stream, yo, KJ,
right
come
there.
on for a couple of minutes and stuff like that. Hey, just in case.
I jump on, brother, no question. Like I said, if anything, I'm gonna be there. We're gonna be on the forefront of it, and we're gonna get it popping. I'll make sure I come. Hey, listen, I ain't saying I can't do it now. You know what I mean? You know me. I run the show here, brother. That's all good. So I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But we'll make it happen, man. Y'all know what it is. KJ, my brother, talk to me, man.
Hey, as always, thanks. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts on the platform. Salute to the chat, the most powerful chat, like Divine has said. Divine, have a great vacation. You already know, my man. Salute to you all. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, man, salute to the chat. Be civilized. May 4th. Job is nice. Good to see you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
You're doing good things, man. I'm glad to see you. Nice, real talk. Salute to the whole chat, man. You know, like I said, you catch the best. I think it's going to be Golden State. I hate to disappoint y'all, but I think it's going to be Golden State 4-2. I just don't think they got enough for them. We'll see. Y'all get at me when we come back on and say D was wrong. But yeah, real talk, man. Y'all be safe and enjoy y'all week, man. It's hot. Get the air conditioner popping up because it's hot where I'm at, man. I'm sorry. Real talk, man. It's all good. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy the playoffs. We see y'all guys next Sunday. Divine, KJ, Vince, Shaw Powers, the chat. Thank y'all so much. Next real talk. We out of here, man. Man. I see y'all guys, man. Peace.
Let's get it.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The next real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants of dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job. My energy, feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, that my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we afraid the fan base, hit the link, Anthony Mace. We create the logo with those airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.